Hey everybody, this is Scott from Oak Ridge Community Church. I want to thank you for joining us for another edition of Life Minutes. Today I want to talk about the challenge for us as Christ followers in the world in which we live. I am of the opinion that the way our nation and culture are going and has been going, we as followers of Christ will have to make some decisions that might be difficult and challenging because of the intensified attacks on anything that is morally objective. We could, with everything happening, and anyone with moral and biblical conservative viewpoints being sliced and diced by the media and people simply talking, we could pull back, if we're not careful, into our Christian bubble, and in turn, the only people that we talk to are Christians. The danger with that is that Christ has called you and I to be salt and light. That's what he noted in his own Sermon on the Mount in Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 through 16. So with everything happening, one response that could happen is we could pull back into our bubble as Christians and sort of not even reach out to the world. A second danger, something else we need to be aware of, is we can start acting like the people and sounding like the people that are acting ridiculous, or what we would consider ridiculous. Some Christians, things that I've read and listened to by the way they handle things, sound and act no different from the very people that they're talking to or holding an opposite viewpoint with. Jesus followers do not have to lower themselves to that. We don't have to get in shouting matches, and we don't have to go down that road. Here's what I would encourage us to do. Speak up when the opportunity is there, but do so with the right attitude. Correct misinformation, specifically when it comes to Christianity, because Christianity is being misrepresented right now in our own country as well as in other places around the world. Use those moments to share the reality of God's love and grace to the world. Listen to the words of Paul in Colossians 4:6. Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you ought to answer each person. When we speak, share the facts, leave it at that. Challenge the person to objectively check what they say and even what we say. Don't argue with them. If they have legitimate questions, answer those questions. You can tell if someone is open to discussion or simply wants to argue. And to be honest, none of us has time to get into senseless and empty arguments that go nowhere. I believe that the church here in America, those that truly follow Christ and believe in Christ, is going to face some challenging times. We can learn some lessons from fellow believers around the world. As you look at the persecuted church, some of the things that you read about and see is that these believers stick to what they know and believe. They don't give in to the culture and the pressure. Most of them do not, from the government or those around them. So we need to do the same thing. Don't back down from what we believe. Graciously share our voice and practice Colossians 4:6. Don't pull back in our Christian bubble, and don't get into arguments in ways in which we're acting just like the people that we're having discussions with who might be going off on us and yelling and all. Don't go down that road. I want to encourage us to realize that God has us here for a purpose and a reason. Have a great week and let God use you. This is Pastor Scott from Oak Ridge. See you later.